Welcome to Amy Learns to Cook. I'm Eric, and on today's show, I'm going to do a unboxing and product review on a Kona French coffee press that Idylc Homes provided to us. I like coffee a lot, and anything I can do to make it taste better, I'll certainly try. And I think you should too, right? The French press is one way to squeeze the oils from the coffee and get it into the wonderful concoction that you're going to drink. And it allegedly tastes better than just doing the regular drip method that we've been doing all our lives. So I'm certainly game to give this thing a try. And I hope you join me too. So let's do an unboxing and product review on a Kona French coffee press from Idylc Homes. I just want to thank Idylc Homes for supplying us with a sample product for this review. If you're interested in it, we'll leave a link at the bottom in the description for you. Now let's go ahead and start the unboxing. And it even includes instructions on how to use it. Step 1, you're going to add coarse ground coffee. You're then going to pour in some hot water and stir. Step 3, you steep for about 4 minutes and then you press it. And then step 4, you serve and enjoy. Now let's see what's inside. So they have the carafe protected with bubble wrap. And it's just kind of like a one large piece here. So we'll go and we'll pull this plunger out here. We've got the instructions and a tablespoon, a little plastic. This is to help measure, the tablespoon is to help measure how much coffee you're going to be putting into the carafe. And then the instructions, and we'll just go and show you this, or just to show you a little bit of information on do's and don'ts and hazards and stuff. And as you'll kind of notice, in case you've never seen a French press before, is there's no heating mechanism on it at all. So you're going to need an external heating source, whether you're going to nuke your water or use a teapot or something. So what we have here is the plunger. You'll see here, this is the strainer part that is going to help push the water through the coffee grinds, or the other way around. And it's a very thin screen. It's really small. So hopefully the coffee grinds that we're going to grind up in a few minutes will get trapped and not get into our coffee. Otherwise, it is stainless steel. It looks like it can be dishwasher safe, but we'll check the instructions just to verify that. And then this top part is just plastic. And then of course the carafe is also, it's some fancy word, borosilicate. And it's, kind of a pretty design here. So I'm kind of excited. I'm going to wash it up and then we'll read the instructions. I'm going to go ahead and grind up some coffee so that way we have some fresh grind to put the work in here. And then we'll get going. All right, we're going to go ahead and grind some coffee now. If your coffee's already ground, great. If you've got a different coffee grinder machine, great. This here, I'm using a Vitamix with a dry container that's made to do grains and things. Today we're going to do it with whole coffee beans. It's called Pleasant Morning Buzz. I got it at Whole Foods, so we'll see how that goes. Anytime you got a picture of bees getting a buzz, sounds good to me, right? So maybe I'll get a buzz. So I'm going to do a small amount at a time. I only got 1 cup in here. I just want to make sure that everything gets chopped up coarsely. I don't want a fine powder because that would not be good, right? So we have it on right now. It's on a speed 1. We're going to go to 8 very quickly for about 10 seconds. So let's start this. Going up to 8. And take a quick look at this. And it didn't really make it evenly, but it should be close enough for our needs. So now we're ready to brew some coffee. So I disassembled things just to show you what parts are involved here. This carafe is glass, and there's warnings about scratching it, breaking it, chipping it, and don't use it if you do any of that. So do not use metal utensils at all on this thing. And I just want to show you it does come out of this holder pretty easily. And if it's wet, it slides in even easier. So it's in there, yay. That is dishwasher safe, along with this lid. They do not mention anything about this holder, and they don't mention anything about the other parts. The other parts are all stainless steel. I don't know why they wouldn't be dishwasher safe. They weren't specifically mentioned, so do it at your own risk, right? Here, we can start assembling things pretty easily. So we can go ahead and put this lid part on first, right? Because that's what it does. The parts down here, we're going to go ahead and screw this on just like this. This part here is pretty simple. This is going to go on the bottom because he's got threads. He's going to go in the middle with his pointing up. And then finally, this part with the spring wire parts, he's just going to go in there as well. Screw that in. And it is advised that after each use, you wash this. So probably just hand wash. It would probably be quick enough. And then that way you get all the grounds and stuff out. So, and then lastly is this little measuring spoon. And they call it a tablespoon. Now on this glass, they do mention right here, can't see it. There we go. Right about there is 16 ounces. This carafe here holds roughly 32 ounces at about 1 inch down from the top. So if this thing's rated at 34 ounces or something like that, that's because you're going to the top. But we can't go to the top. The instructions say if you're going to max this out, fill the water up to a maximum of 1 inch below the lip here. And so you can do some math here. So I'm thinking maybe 2.5 scoops of this thing will do 16 ounces. But if you want to go a little on the harsh side, then maybe 3 rounded scoops wouldn't hurt you if you're doing 16 ounces. I've got a mug here that can handle maybe 18 ounces. So that's 16 ounces, kind of a good point. So that's what we're going to do there. So we're going to go ahead and get this going. I got some water brewed over there. Amy has a nice little electric teapot that she's been kind enough to let me use. So since I'm going to make roughly 3 cups worth, I'm going to use 3 of these spoons, and I've already have measured it. So I'm just dumping it in there. Boom, done, right? Now I just need to fill the water to where I want to go to, which is roughly around this 16 ounce mark that I got my finger on. You want to be careful on pouring this thing. You don't want to splash it. It's scalding water, all that good stuff, right? So it's about 16 ounces. And you want to take a plastic or any other non-metal spoon and just give a stir. Right now the coffee grounds are all stirred up in this water. They just want to make sure that they get nice and wet. They're floating all over the place. They're happy. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to put this thing in just like this, and we're going to leave this part here, this shaft part, fully extended up, as long as it's above where your water is. It doesn't matter really where it's at. I mean, I can push it halfway down. It just has to be above the water. We're going to steep this for roughly 4 minutes here, and then we'll do the plunge down, and then we'll get some tasty coffee. All right, so this thing is brewed. It's a little 4 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and start the little plunger process, which, you know, they want you to do nice and slow. So about 30 seconds to do it. I don't know if I need to do full 30 seconds because this thing's only like not even half full. So, but the bottom line is you want to go slow, right? We want to make sure that we Don't get coffee grounds going the wrong way. We don't want to splurge hot coffee all up in the air and all the good stuff. And it's down to the bottom. Yay! So let's go ahead and pour our cup. And to preserve the quality and all that good stuff, you do want to get this out of here. So there's a little arrow where my finger is pointing, and that's going to line up with the pouring thingy. So there we go. So let's go ahead. And you can see how nice and dark that coffee is. Looks nice. So we are going to have a sip. One thing I want to do here is go ahead and take a little temperature of this. Originally started out boiling, then it was brewing around 190, and it's cooled down to about 158, 159 degrees. The bottom line is, I don't like coffee that's like 180 degrees. That's too hot for me, that'll burn me. 160 is great. Still pretty hot. Now, on a whim, I fired up a competitor that I normally do, and the coffee color for a similar, it's a lot lighter. And it tastes more watered down, believe it or not. So for a roughly same amount of water, or correction, less amount of coffee brewed at the time, but proportionally the same amount of grounds were used. This is kind of what I'm normally used to. So for the same brand of coffee, the same stuff that I did through the Vitamix, this stuff is a little more watery. It brews faster, it's a little more convenient, but it actually tastes like water. This stuff tastes fuller. So I can say with a certain degree, the method does matter. Now, short of having a full drip system where you do like 12 cups at once, but those a lot of times taste bitter because maybe the temperature is not right and all kinds of things go wrong. So just based on this sample, I would say this guy actually did a pretty good job. So if some people want to say, well, it seems like a lot of work, right? Yeah, but I think it actually tastes pretty good. And I could make like 5 cups worth at once with that guy. Here, I'd have to spend a little bit more time anyways brewing 5 individual cups, right, to get the same amount. So I definitely say I like the French press because it is good, made out of quality components. It's plastic, it's glass, stainless steel, but it's not flimsy at all. Some parts are dishwasher safe, and I think you can hand wash it satisfactory most of the time, and maybe once in a while run through a dishwasher if you really have to. I've made a couple of pots with this, and I think it's really easy. And before doing this show, I've never used one of these things before. So if I can figure it out, I think most people can. I hope this video, if you guys haven't seen this, kind of opens up some eyes as to how this works, and you might want to consider it. But I do want to say Idylc Combs, I appreciate them for supplying it for this review. I think it's actually a good product. I give it my 2 thumbs up. It's easy to use. It's going to be easy to clean. It's actually pretty tasty. So I like it a lot. We'll have a link to it in the description in case you're interested in it. If you like this video, then by all means, subscribe below, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And visit our website, amylearnstocook.com. And we're on Twitter and Pinterest at Amy Learns to Cook.